Did you just get a drink?
Yeah. I just dealt with like 2 hours of, yeah. What's up, everyone? You've made it to Dad's Anime Stash for another week. A big episode, and I couldn't think of a better pun. We're talking Big O today.
Big O. I'm glad you took the reins on that intro because I was about to do it. We probably should have talked about it. We probably should plan anything better on this podcast.
Yeah.
But, well, I guess we could at least be like, oh, you do the intro this week, or you do the intro this week.
That's true. All right. Well, I did it this week, so now you'll just do it next week.
Well, next week we'll have to figure it out because we need to plan who's doing the quiz. But I mean, we've literally been sitting here talking for the last 4.5 hours, and not once did we mention doing the intro or Big O.
Or Big O. Yeah, no discussion of Big O was had.
Big O is a robot anime.
Yeah, it's weird to put it in like a, because it's like you can't like say like Gundam or anything like that because it's not. It is, but it isn't. It's a weird one to place.
How is it like Gundam and how is it not like Gundam?
Well, I don't know. Like, there's not like half of these things are like. It seems like they're. I mean, I guess it kind of is Gundam in the sense that like they say that they have a mind of their own, but they also try to like. I guess a lot of Gundam shows there's not a lot of plot outside of like. Our robots are the plot, whereas at least in Big O it's like there's another plot line besides just the robots.
So in Gundam, are there never Gundams that have their own personalities? They're all machines.
I mean,
not like the Liger.
Not in. So the only ones that I've like majorly seen were the original Gundam Wing and G Gundam, and all of those. Outside of I think maybe the Angel Gundam, most of them are just like, and there's one in G Gundam that like grow. I don't know. It has like one moment in the entire anime where like it shows thought not being controlled. Yeah, it's pretty rare in Gundam, but it does happen.
Well, personally, I think Gundam sucks. I don't know if I mentioned that to you before. And I know one thing I haven't mentioned to you is I think Big O sucks.
I think you had said something about it before. We'd mentioned it before.
So, no, I don't know. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing about Big O. I remember liking Big O so much as a younger man. But now that I'm older and I'm more worldly, I've seen more television shows,
a lot of anime.
I just don't like it. I found nothing appealing. I think you'd mentioned earlier that your son hates the animation, and he is right. Who drew this dog shit?
Yeah, he saw me watching it because I didn't rewatched it. Like I didn't finish it because I was kind of like I needed more like a refresher. So I watched it, like most of it, and then I just like read up on. I was like, oh yeah, that's how it ends. And he was watching you like watch it. He liked the music when they were like battling because he thought that was like good music. But like he was looking at it, and I can't remember what scene it was, but it was like Big O was fighting something. And he was just like, why does that robot look so weird? I'm like, I don't know. Just
the robot anime, the way they drew Big O was the same way they drew every character in Record of Ragnarok, where they should have just stopped at some point.
Yeah.
He was way too over animated, and they should have spent more time drawing their fucking hands. Because every hand in this show is like weird claw. No, God damn, I hate that animation.
It's a rougher one.
It was kind of a kick in the childhood to go back and watch Big O. And I was thinking, you know what? This is going to be like when I watched Digimon. I remember how much I loved it. I'm going to be so happy. And here's the thing. I didn't finish it. I watched the first season, and I felt like it was dragging myself through those 13 episodes.
I rewatched the first 17, and then I was like, okay, I remember now like how the rest of this goes. I don't really need to watch the rest of it.
Well, I watched all of Berserk, and I didn't like anything at all in Berserk aside from the very first episode. I hated everything after the first episode, but I watched it all, and I couldn't do it with Big O.
Yeah, I mean, I still enjoyed it probably more than you did, but like definitely was not enjoyable
more than I did.
But it definitely was not as enjoyable as like the memories of like watching Toonami at like 1 a.m. and wondering if I should go to bed or if I should stay awake, and then Big O would come on for an episode or two, and I'd stay up and watch it. Like watching it like that, I have very fond memories of, but like watching it in terms of like just like starting at episode 1 and continuing to watch it, every few episodes I was like, ooh, I got to be pretty close to the end right now. No, episode 8. Okay, there's a lot left. Like I every so often I'd get that feeling of like I got to be almost done with this, and then I'd realize how much left I had.
I remembered it as like Cowboy Bebop meets Batman, and somehow that's exactly what it was in the worst way possible.
Yeah, I remember liking it because I've always liked that kind of LA noir kind of feel that animes do. Like that's one of the reasons why I like an anime called No Guns a decent amount, because it feels like a throwback to kind of like 90s anime. But yeah, Big O, like it delves, I don't know, it delves like, okay, so I guess we should explain what Big O even is a little bit. So it's pretty much like you find out pretty early on that it's about this city called Paradigm that 40 years ago everyone lost their memory in the entire city. And it's like just this guy Roger Smith who pilots this essentially for a Gundam robot thing called a Megaduce, and he's like just some rich dude, and it's like it becomes like he's a negotiator, and it becomes like a show about like reclaiming memories and finding out why they're there and why no one can remember anything from 40 years ago. And it's like a lot of like really deep, it's an anime where like there's plenty of animes where you can like kind of have it on and kind of half be paying attention to it and like still get enjoyment out of it. Big O is like if you don't focus on what you're watching, you'll miss like them saying something that like it's like they randomly reveal things like
unless there's a robot.
That's true. That'll draw your attention. But he only fights in the last. It was like very consistent. Like at like 17 minutes, a robot fight would start, and that'd be the rest of the episode.
Here's something I want to point out. Like I said, I watched the first season, which is 13 episodes. Episode 13 ends on a cliffhanger, and I didn't care enough to watch episode 14.
Is that?
I watched the first season. At one point on this show, I think we said we'll always watch the first season, at least.
Yeah, at least the first season.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, well, it's always like we either watch the first season, or if you enjoy it, you'll go as far as you want, and then you can like say like, hey, I enjoyed it so much I kept watching after the mandated first season. I made it 16, and that was all I could really do.
I think I probably would have enjoyed it more watching it now if I didn't have such nostalgia for it.
Yeah, I think it's part of the problem too. It's like with rewatching older animes is like, you know, how much of it is based just on nostalgia and how much is based on the fact that you enjoyed the anime. Like I remember after like rewatching like Yu Yu Hakusho, I'd always loved, and then it had been a couple years since I rewatched it, and I remember like when I eventually finally rewatched it, I was like, oh, I enjoyed this just as much as the first time.
That's why I love it. Yu Yu Hakusho is just timeless quality.
Yeah. Yeah. Big O is like, it's almost like I feel like I need to just leave it in the nostalgia factor, and like, because it's also, it's hard to, it's hard to also say like, because of that, like if anyone's never seen it and be like, oh, never watch Big O, because it's like, I don't know, you might like it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like it's definitely gone down since I watched it as a kid, but I can't say that it's like an unwatchable thing. It's just not as good as it was back in the day.
Well, I can definitely say if you're a fan of hand animation, it is unwatchable.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just,
But if you like robots, then I guess you'll probably get
if you
some
like a
good enjoyment
robot
out of it.
that they just kept drawing forever, and then they made an exact copy of it that was just
Mhm.
slightly different color to be its brother.
Is that the one that could fly?
It was the one at the end, the red one. I don't remember. I don't think it flew, but I could. Oh yeah, it did fly. It did fly.
I know one flew.
Because Dorothy asked if the Big O could do that, and Roger's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah. But apparently it can do lots of different things that just randomly change all the time.
Sai,
Yes.
did you move the chairs?
Yes.
Okay, it's good to see you. We were just talking about Big O the anime. Have you seen it?
I've seen some episodes,
How many episodes do you think you saw?
like 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Did you stop watching because you hated it?
No. I actually technically watched. Oh my god, what did that? I actually watched like 16 episodes because I had to watch every episode twice.
Why?
Because it was so bad, I kept falling asleep on them.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So I don't know if you know this, but I always liked Big O as a kid.
Yeah,
Did I ever tell you that?
yeah.
Did you know that I don't fucking like Big O as an adult?
I figured that.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it.
It was the only thing it had going for it was Roger's voice.
Well, yeah.
Who is that voice actor?
That's Cowboy Bebop, right?
That's Spike Spiegel. That's
Yeah.
probably his real name.
Yeah,
His
I knew
name-
it sounded. It was
His name is
him.
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.
It was like him, and then I didn't look it up. It was like him, and then the driver of like the cop in episode like 8 or 9.
That's
Like,
the
I
last
was-
episode I watched.
I knew I recognized at least those two voices. but I
That
can't.
guy.
Well, you got Tai and Agumon.
That guy was.
That is true.
I can't think of. I had it pegged, but I can't remember what he sounds like now.
Which one?
The driver.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I know. Because he has.
As
one
soon
of
as I
those
heard his
softer
voice, I was
voices.
like, yeah. As soon as I heard his voice, I was like, you're somebody that's done a bunch of stuff I've seen, because that's like a distinct voice. But I don't have enough effort to want to go look up which one that was.
Mark, I'm really disappointed in you making us watch Big O again.
Hey, it's technically the wheel, and
Whose
technically
wheel is it? Whose wheel is it?
technically we were both excited when it landed on it. It just, we had to watch it.
Well, technicallys don't feed the family, Mark.
That
Unless
is
they do,
true.
I don't know.
Well, maybe. I suppose it's possible.
What was your Mark? What was your favorite part of it? What did you like?
Dang, that's gonna be the whole hour right there.
I don't have that much time.
No, to think of.
Think of something. Yeah. I
There were
thought
2
that
seasons?
the plot had a decent potential, like with it based around like this city that lost their memories and that kind of stuff. Like,
So I heard Big O is a euphemism for orgasms. Is that true?
it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Surprisingly, nobody in that house is having any. Right?
Oh, you're talking about Roger?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
My theory is
Well-
Roger is asexual.
Yeah, android sexual.
He's not. If he was android sexual, there would be orgasms.
No, they don't have metal part. They only have metal parts.
He does have very weird rules.
Or do they have body parts?
for his house?
Yes,
I don't
they have
know
to
if
all
she-
wear black because he's an emo.
Yeah, it's okay. So these are the rules I remember, because I rewatched the first 16 or first 17 episodes, and then I was like, I don't really want to finish. But it was all black no matter what. He can't be woken up before noon, and only females are allowed in the house uninvited.
Okay.
And don't
think-
touch his desk.
I don't
Oh yeah,
think-
and don't touch
like-
his desk.
are any of these official? Like the only official thing I remember him saying was an official rule was everyone has to wear black. I think all the other stuff he was just pulling out of his ass as he went.
I mean, that's also probably true. He had a second rule he mentioned. I can't remember what it was. He was like
That
talking
was
and
the desk.
was it the
That
desk
was
one?
technically his second rule that he actually was like really mad about.
Yeah, he was. Well, yeah, he was pissed about that. But I know
I
the unofficial
remember
one was
It was
'cause
everybody
it-
has to wear black, and then no one can fall in love with the robot
Yeah, we'll accept him,
unless you do, and then it's okay.
and then it's fine.
Was that an actual rule?
No,
Well,
the only
it
ones
should've been.
the only ones I remember is like the black one. And then he did have a rule on like only women were allowed in the house uninvited. Because I can't remember if it was like episode 14 or 15 where like Dorothy goes to like open the door because he has a visitor and he yells after her, you know the rule on letting people into this house. And then it's like him sitting across from some older lady and he's like, well, technically she followed the rules because she is a woman. I was like, oh, all right, well.
Oh, Roger. Anyway, yeah, I
Roger
think he's
Smith.
asexual, or else he. I don't think he's hooking up with the robot. And even if the robot doesn't have the correct body parts you're talking about, she could do other things. But that's not the point, Sai.
I'm not the one that made a big long spiel about it.
Sai, you were saying you like the way they drew the hands.
No, it was terrible.
It wasn't even a try.
Half the time they looked like claws.
Yeah.
I was like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
I said earlier that it was like Batman, the animated series, meets Cowboy Bebop, but somehow it's bad.
I think part of that was weird for me because, like, I mean, as you guys know, I love Gundam stuff. Some Gundam.
Yeah, no, this is not Gundam.
No,
This is
Uh,
Gundam.
no, but like, I like
You
in
alright,
overall,
that's
like I love Gundam stuff. You know, Gundam Wing
No,
Gundam.
I'm very upset. He said it was Gundam.
No, I'm making a point.
No, I know.
But like at least with Gundam, like
It's good.
it's a very quick, like, hey, here's what they do. They, blah blah blah.
I
Or
figured
you
out
can
the
even look at
problem.
like Zoids as a comparison and be like, here's their powers, here's what they do, and like you just move on. It was like every 2 episodes, Big O was like, oh, I can shoot lasers from my head. Oh, my hand rotates and turns to a Gatling gun. Like, oh, I can, I have these 2 like chains that I can anchor myself to. Actually, now I can put in this thing in the Big O and I shoot out anchors from every single point on Big O. Like, there was zero consistency with the powers. Like, every few episodes, it just could do something new.
There was also zero consistency in the fact that he was supposed to be special because he had a big deuce.
But then, yeah, and then
Every episode, everyone has a big deuce.
yeah,
Well, they
and then I
called
don't
it
know.
a big deuce because the show's a big pile of shit.
I don't know.
I like in like the second episode, they go, "It's a big deuce." Oh, I was like, "Yep, he took a deuce in his pants."
And then I don't know if you guys were catching on to this, but it was like everyone. He was like trying to hide the fact that he could summon Big
That was a
O,
bad
but then everyone knew that he piloted Big O.
Well, everyone in the city did, but whenever he
Yeah, that was weird because it was like
When he's in the underwater thing with the girl, he's like, oh, I can't summon Big O, or she's gonna know that I'm piloting it, and then like she just flat out like admits it later that she knows, and then he's talking with the captain at some point. He's having like a
Commissioner
flashback.
Gordon seemed to not know,
and
but then
the
he
cop-
also seemed to wink and nod at it.
Yeah, and the cop guy's like, "Oh, when you left the force, was Big O already waiting for you?" I'm like, "Wait a minute. So does everyone know? Like, why does he hide it so much if it's such an obvious fact that he's the pilot?"
it's just not consistent.
The best part of the show was the dude with the newspaper, the info broker.
Oh yeah, the guy that he would like go in for some reason, grab
Why?
a bottle of something, and then be like,
I don't know. That was just my favorite part. Every time I seen it, I was like, "Yeah, he's gonna get some information." I knew what was going on then. I understood it. Everything else was the piano guy was weird. That was weird.
The robot?
Yeah, the robot piano man. Because the whole time,
Robot
he's
with
like,
the mega deuce?
robots can't play instruments because they don't have feeling or something, basically. and then he brings her to a robot to learn how to play the piano. I was like,
Yeah.
Why? He's a robot too, stupid.
Just making that shit up as they go along.
Yeah.
So, Mark, do you want to spoil the ending for everyone?
Is there one?
Yeah. So there is. Do you ever know it? Have you ever seen the ending, Si?
No.
Or, like, have you ever read it? Like,
I've
read what it was? Or anything?
vehemently tried to stay as far away from Big O since I was a kid.
So
Got it. The ending is
best
Naruto.
thing I can tell you, Sai, is you might have heard the ending when you were on a trivia where Mark asked that question.
What was the ending?
Yep. So it literally, when I said like it's like Naruto, it's not a complete joke. So the ending is another like Big O kind of thing shows up,
A
and
goose?
then it's revealed that the entire city is just a simulation, and
It's
that
the Matrix.
other big deuce arriving is the catalyst for essentially the city resetting itself.
Oh,
And so, Sai, it's an isekai.
so it's pointless. Is what
It's
it is.
It's another isekai. You thought you were like, we're gonna go 1 week without watching isekai, but you're wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry, we got it for you.
What did we watch last week? I don't even remember. Nope, we watched Pokemon and Digimon.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
that's the ending. It's essentially
It
it's
essentially
aliens.
didn't matter.
Yeah, nothing mattered. Nothing was real.
And then it
the-
reset. So
The
it-
one guy in charge, like the guy that was like controlling all the cops and all that, that was his mission the entire
Is
time.
that the end of season 1 or season 2?
Season 2.
Season 1 ends in the middle of a robot fight.
Mm-hmm.
Those robot fights are terrible, by the way.
They're not good.
They
Oh,
are.
don't worry. The very episode after that you didn't watch, Josh,
Mhm.
because 13 ends like right in the middle of his robot fight, right after the arm comes off.
Yeah.
So 14 is the first half is a flashback, but
Let's
also
keep
a
going.
flash forward.
What?
No, he wakes up in like Paradigm City in a normal planet, like with a sky and everything, and like he's like a bum, and it's like the only way because they never go into it. Like after he snaps out of it and finishes the robot fight and he wins, they never explain like at all what he was seeing. So the only thing I can reference is that it's like he was flashing back to the last version of himself during the last simulation.
So is season 2 the one where he runs against the thing with the briefcase in the opening?
I don't think. I think that might be season 1. I don't remember. It's not.
What
It's
do you
not.
mean?
And
Just during the intro song?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
yeah, it's not in the first 17. I'll tell you that.
Well, that's a lot of openings. Because I remember I used to see it coming on TV, and I'd be like, "Nope, time to go do something for 30 minutes and come back to Adult Swim."
Time to go take a mega deuce.
Yeah, see, we were talking before you got here, side that for us it was a little different. We had fond memories of watching.
Yeah, you had bad
Uh,
taste, and now you have good taste.
It was the
And I
nostalgia
had
of
good
Big O.
taste all days.
Yeah,
Right,
but
right, right.
like yes, like Sai, remember, when we first started watching Digimon again, it was like it's like wow, I can't believe how good this has been this whole time.
Yeah, it's still good. I love
It's still
Digimon.
good. Big O is not.
And it's like you remember whenever we watched what was that, Desert Punk, and I was like, dude, this is the best anime ever, and Josh was like, no, it wasn't, and I was like, nah, it still is the best anime ever.
So
It
here's the
still
thing.
is.
We've talked about it before. I'm sure we'll talk about it again. Every anime fan has a certain amount of anime bullshit they'll put up with, right?
Yeah.
Sai, most people's limit is where you start.
Well, that's because I've been raised and weaned on a strict anime diet.
True. But like that definitely plays into why you never like this. Because like this shit, you would have to tell someone this is anime for them to know it's anime. There's literally nothing about Big O that feels anything like an anime.
it feels like a what do you call it? Like it feels like bad Power Rangers is the closest thing, and that's not even accurate because Power Rangers has a very concise, not concise. It has a through line through the plot, and
What was
this
that?
every episode I'm like nothing mattered, like, and I do like some monsters of the week, but not when you punch them one time and they die. And Big O does a lot of. Ooh,
Yeah, you ever
that's
you ever
the
watch
stupidest control scheme ever.
Sorry, you ever watch Beetleborgs?
Yes, a little.
Besides, you ever watch Beetleborgs Metallics?
I don't know.
I think that was the second season. I'm not going to swear to it. I haven't watched Beetleborgs in a long time.
I've only watched a few Beetleborgs.
It's been a while.
Beetleborgs has that ghost who dresses like Elvis. So that should be your thing, man.
Okay, yeah. I remember Beetleborgs.
So we were talking about old stuff, and that just made me think. I was like, what was that show that everyone was like? It was like around Power Rangers time, and I was like,
did you ever watch Kamen Rider?
Kamen Rider or Masked Rider?
They're the same, aren't they?
Well, Kamen Rider is the Masked Rider is the cut, the English cut. Where they just take the fight scenes.
Yeah,
is that what they did? I never actually watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen a few. I've seen a little
Power
bit of
Rangers
Kamen
did.
Rider.
Have you ever watched Ultraman?
I love Ultraman.
Did you watch SSS Gridman?
No.
You should watch it then. If you actually watched Ultraman.
I've watched a lot of Ultraman. The Netflix reboot is actually not too bad.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, if you watch that, you should definitely watch SSS Gridman. That's a good anime, surprisingly made by Trigger, who makes a lot of bad anime.
Yeah, they made World Trigger.
No, he didn't.
Right.
And that's a good anime.
But it's believable.
No,
guys, I don't know how we're gonna stretch talking Big O out for any longer.
We can just move on.
It was no one seemed to like it. Mark, you are trying very hard to have liked it, but it feels like you really didn't.
I mean, I'm trying to think of. There are like cool moments, like the Butler. You know what it is? It's Japanese Batman.
That's what they were going for.
Yeah, Japanese Batman. Yeah,
it's Japanese
but then again,
Batman.
you also have Japanese Batman. So did we need this?
You also have, well, I mean,
yeah.
Batman
I think
Ninja
I just
came out a lot later.
He just didn't have the nostalgia of like I was very excited when we landed on it because like I had not watched Big O in probably.
And your kid fussed at you for making
I don't know,
watch that.
14, 15 years.
Upset.
Like it had been a very long time. And all I had was those nostalgia memories of being up late, watching Toonami, like getting into anime for the first time and like catching episodes of Big O and enjoying it and then rewatching it. So I was telling Josh, like every few episodes I kept being like, okay, I got to be almost done with like the whole thing right now. Right? Like I've been watching it for quite a while.
4.
Yeah. And then it'd be like, it'd be like episode 8. And I'd be like, you gotta be, how have I only watched 7 episodes?
Funny thing is I'd fall asleep and as soon as like I'd wake up, it'd be like the next episode.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was just
so
like,
I'd fall asleep for 15, 20 minutes.
Like,
it was just to get through.
Like they tried to like do some plot, but every episode was essentially the same thing where it'd be like
the world was really cool.
Minute 1 through 16 would be like plot and world develop, like world growth, and then minute 17 through 21 would be a robot fight. Like every single episode, that was like
the world building is really cool. The world is like that's the only thing I was interested in.
That's what I was saying. Like the concept
of did nothing.
Yeah, like if you just read Big O as a description, like if you just read the description of the anime, it sounds really intriguing. You're like,
I was just thinking that,
really
like,
cool.
if I were to explain to anyone who liked the anime what this is, they'd be like, "Oh, I got to check that out," and then I'd have to be like, "Now listen, their fingers all come to a point for some reason."
It was a reverse. What was it? Burst Angel?
No, you're talking about the one that we landed on it
with the cook. Josh, you know what I'm talking about.
That was
The
Burst
clip-
Angel,
with
wasn't
the-
it?
Yeah, Burst Angel. I
Okay,
thought
yeah.
I thought he was talking about animes that we thought might be bad and turned out to be amazing. I thought he
Yeah,
was saying,
because you read the synopsis. It's a reverse Big O.
A reverse,
read
yeah.
the synopsis.
Yeah,
and it was
Fucking Burst
completely-
Angel's description still pisses me off.
it really does.
Like,
I love it.
there's a background character. Here's what he's gonna do while you don't see him for 12 episodes at a time.
I thought you were referencing that
I know.
one with the android traveling like back in time.
Oh,
I didn't watch
BB's?
that one. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't here then.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I never
BB
watched it.
Fluoride Eye Song.
Yeah,
heard that was
before
pretty
it
good.
dies on. It's phenomenal.
So good, man.
It was unreal.
Unnecessarily
Yeah.
good.
The wheel landed on it, and we read the description, and we were like, "This is probably gonna suck," but we'll see. And watched it, and it was A+.
A+. I've heard it was really good.
It's awesome.
It's better than Big O.
I was trying to
Yeah,
think-
it's a million times better than Big O.
I had a comparison. So, have any of you watched Ronin Warriors?
Oh yeah, I love Ronin
No.
Warriors.
Have you watched it recently?
Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
And how did
You
you
were
feel
but a
about
boy.
Ronin Warriors?
Kind of similar. Like I didn't enjoy it as much as when I watched it growing up, but
Never mind.
I still enjoyed it. Like I still thought it's a great anime. Like it's
The only
it,
thing
like-
with Ronin Warriors is it doesn't visually hold up.
no, it doesn't. That is a
But
rougher animation.
Everything else is
too.
still fun.
But yeah, I love the
like-
armor stuff. Like all the different like
The White
powers and like
Tiger.
yeah. Oh, the White Tiger is a sick armor set.
I just meant the white tiger that he walks around with.
That too, yeah. That is true, yeah. Ronin
Josh-
Warriors is a good one. It's
Josh has no idea what we're talking about.
yeah. I don't know how do you
You're
what do you
talking
compare
about-
it? Yeah.
Warriors who
What do you-
are
Ronin,
Ronin.
What do you
That's
compare
actually
Ronin
very-
Warrior? What do you
it's-
compare Ronin Warriors to? Like what's
Power
the
Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's
know
true,
of them. Probably was it
Japanese Power
two
Rangers.
teenagers from Beverly Hills.
I keep hearing, like, I've heard of that, but I've never actually seen it.
I don't know that I have, man. I've
On which
vaguely
one?
Tattooed teenagers from Beverly Hills. It's
That I
not-
know.
It's knockoff Power Rangers, right?
It's called Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills. I keep the wiki pulled up at all times on my phone. So yeah,
What's the Samurai Cat one? There's a Samurai Cat.
the Superhuman Samurai Squad.
Street-
You're talking about Samurai Cats is something different.
Street Sharks. I don't know. I'm just making
Street
stuff up
Sharks
now.
is dope. I love
Street
Street
Sharks.
It really it was. Are you talking about Samurai Pizza Cats?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of.
but that's not like
No.
Power Rangers. That was
Yo.
live action.
No.
Oh,
I love Street Sharks. Now I'm just thinking of like
I love
old
teenage.
90s cartoon show.
I love Teenage Mutant.
I always wanted to be a street shark when I grow up, but
That was a good one.
I didn't.
I wanted to, but then don't they all rollerblade? Or just one of the rollerblades?
They
don't think-
rollerblade sometimes.
Uh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know how to rollerblade, so I was like, I can't be a street shark.
You don't rollerblade?
That was the thing that stopped you from being a street shark, not the mutated shark part.
That's easy. Just got to eat some hot radioactive fluids, right?
You know, that's a fair point.
He's right.
He is. That's a good point.
And just
So,
make sure you don't die.
So guys, what do you think we should rate this anime?
I give
make
it D plus.
A D plus?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
I mean, it's
since,
really good to sleep to.
since season 2 just dropped of Record of Ragnarok, by the way. So in case
Dude,
you guys
I
wanted to go
loved it.
back and
It was
and
great.
rewatch that.
oh, dude, I watched it in one
Uh,
day. What are you talking about? I watched it already. I
Yeah.
loved it. It was so bad. It's
So
better than
I-
season 1, though.
It would have to be.
Josh looks so mad about it.
I'm still mad.
My rating is I have to base it off of like animes that we've rated really low, and we gave Record of Ragnarok like a D or a D minus.
You guys are so generous.
I give it worse than the record. I didn't
I
know
can't
the
remember.
record was that bad.
I gave it a D.
I give it a F plus.
But
I thought D was
I'm
good.
gonna give Big O a C.
You
I
guys
give
are
it a F
always
plus.
so generous.
I switched it to F plus. I thought D was the lowest.
No, you can go F.
It's F plus.
You're gonna give it an F plus.
Yeah,
I'm giving it an
just
F.
because the voice actor and the world. Like,
Listen, I'm giving it an F for hurting my feelings for not being as good as I remember.
why not an F minus?
I don't think it's worth it. I
Yeah.
think I'm only
What's
giving
an
one
F
F
minus?
minus, and that was Welcome to Jabbereye Park, and it lost a lot of points for not being anime.
wasn't here for
Welcome
that
to
either.
Jabbereye Park. God.
Big O.
Sai, did you watch anything else good this week?
This week,
Sure.
I've been watching Blue Lock.
Blue
Uh,
Lock.
I've heard Blue Lock is pretty
Is that a
good.
cop show?
It's
no,
soccer, right?
It's a soccer show.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it was soccer.
What's the
Yes.
point? Like, you've already seen the best soccer show. Where could it go from there?
Yeah, I've seen how. Oh yeah, I forgot about Innocent One for a second.
How could you forget about it?
I don't know. I completely I forgot it was a soccer anime.
Well, I get that.
I forgot it was soccer. I didn't forget about it. I forgot it was soccer.
Let's see.
It's really good. It's really good. It's not.
I've heard it's decent. I'm taking a small break from sports animes to watch some other stuff.
I've been
'cause
watching Musha Pedal too.
I'm waiting till it's done.
No, I'm loving it, dude. I can't wait.
I know it's good. Like I want to wait till it's done.
Oh, I
Just
saw
binge the whole
Deku
season.
turn into emo.
Oh yeah, I heard this season of My Hero was bad. Is that true?
It's not bad. It's more
What'd
My
you-
Hero.
Deku did what?
He turned in. Have you not seen his new costume?
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's very edgy now.
Well, we all are. So is
That's
Vash.
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
I actually like
Uh,
it a little.
trying to think, what did,
more
I,
than
what did I
I
start,
thought
what did I
would.
start watching? Oh, I finally started watching The Faraway Paladin.
And you love it.
I was supposed to watch Bofuri.
Man,
Man, I just watched the first episode of Bofuri.
The first, the actual first episode.
Yeah.
You
First
like
episode
it?
of the first season.
It's really good,
It was pretty good.
especially for
also-
isekai.
Well, what's not Isekai? Are you watching the new Trigun?
Yeah, a little.
It's not bad, man, but I'm
It's
probably
not bad,
gonna,
but it's not good either.
I'm probably gonna put it off because I think it's better as a
Dub.
watch it as a season.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I haven't tried to watch it, but I don't know. Maybe
I don't hate it. I mean, I've only
Maybe
watched
I'll
the
give it a
dubbed
shot.
episodes, so I'm only 3 episodes in.
Yeah,
But
I didn't get to watch the third one yet. I
I'm
only
not
watched-
fighting it.
did not like
I'm adding
the
I'm adding a random anime to the wheel that popped up on Crunchyroll when I was watching.
I'm trying to get a screen
Faraway
capture
Paladin.
of Vigilante.
Is it already on?
But I'm only seeing fan art.
Shout out to Taylor Lord for pointing out that I'm his favorite podcaster every week.
Really?
Am
Wow.
I not your favorite podcaster, Sai?
Well, I mean, technically, it has to be Ash.
Or it technically has to be Ash.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Are you Ash's favorite podcaster? If we message him right now, is he gonna say Sai?
He better.
No, I don't think you
We're,
will.
we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I don't think
We're gonna find out. But yeah, I don't know.
It's so
I'm probably
weird.
I'm probably rating it too high because of nostalgia. But
It is. It's so weird, Sai, that you and Ash met in a Yahoo chat room. Like,
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? Who does that?
me
And
and
it was
Ash.
last year. I thought they were gone.
Me and Ash. That's a decent. Well, you see, I hacked into what was it again? A Yahoo?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you were at your grandma's house out in the country, and you
Mhm.
strolled into the barber shop, and then hacked in the Yahoo.
Yeah.
Nice. I appreciate
Exactly.
that. That's dedication.
Actually, that's a better plot than Big O.
It's
That's
better
a
love.
great
It's better.
plot.
Better love story than Roger and Dorothy.
That's not a
Is
love
it-
story, man.
I was about to say, is
It's
it a
their
love
attempt. It's their attempt at a love story.
story?
But all right. So what overall? Pretty much like a D, DF.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds like a DF.
yeah, pretty much.
Actually, it sounds like a F plus to me.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm
I don't
honestly, I'm
understand
not.
that.
I'm
Gonna,
sorry to anyone who
Expected
has
a month.
nostalgia for Big O.
it doesn't
Yeah.
hold up.
Just don't do it.
It just doesn't hold up.
I feel very what do you call it? Vindicated.
You're vindicated.
Yeah,
What are you, dashboard confessional?
Yep.
Spider-Man 2 over here.
I kind of sent a manga image of it to the Discord of the Deku costume. It's very pointy. and
His
edgy.
new one.
Yeah, the vigilante Deku.
No, that's fine. He needs it.
I mean, it's pretty much the same costume. It's just all raggedy.
Mark, what are you adding to the wheel?
I added an anime called Revenger because we had Tokyo Revengers on there, and then I was watching.
Oh, is that the samurai one?
Yeah. And I was watching Faraway Paladin, and it was like, like a Crunchyroll recommends things, and it was like Revenger, and I was like, what? And I read the description. I was like, all right, I'm adding it to the wheel because
Is
it sounds
freezing on there?
Is what is?
Freezing.
I don't believe so.
Freezing?
Yeah.
Like
Not
freezing,
frozen?
like
Yeah.
the temperature freezing.
Yes.
All right, there's no way it is.
What was
Yes.
that? What were we just talking about a minute ago, Si, where I said I watched the first episode?
Oh, Bofuri.
Bofuri, yes. Add
Dude,
that.
Bofuri is really good.
Oh,
So,
I
we
guess
talk
I
about
can add.
Maiden Abyss
I guess
for
I can
about an
add.
hour.
I guess I can add Bofuri. How do you spell that?
Josh doesn't want to talk about
Bofuri. What?
I said we could talk about Maiden Abyss for an hour.
Oh man, we could talk about Made in the Abyss for an hour.
All right.
I don't know
okay,
what I'm gonna do if the wheel lands on that shit again.
All right, 97 on the wheel. Does anyone have anything they want to recommend to push it up to 100?
No, we've got trivia next week, so we'll just
That is
have
a good
everyone
point.
throw one on there. I've
That's a
got
good point.
looks like it's gonna be a big
percent.
turnout.
Try against
But
Stampede.
always looks like it's gonna be a big turnout and it's not.
Window wheel.
So you're getting a lot of yeses.
Yeah, I've got a lot of yeses, but I always get a lot of yeses. And then I always get,
The same
like I
people.
said, you get like 12 people who say yes. And then the day of the podcast, 6 of them say they can't show up. And then
And then the other
they're
6.
going to be there. 3 of them show up. So
Hmm.
that's just
True,
life.
True. It's true. All right, let's see what.
Man, your wheel looks a lot different from Josh's wheel.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you have Digimon Season 3 on the wheel?
I had Digimon Tamers on here.
Yeah.
Is that season 3?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And nope, we already watched. Didn't we? No, we did season 2. Oh yeah, that was on your wheel.
This is a special wheel.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
That's the best wheel.
Okay, so it's 96 technically.
That's
My wheel
Alright.
is different.
Let's see if we get something new or something old. We got a pretty even mix of new and old.
kind of
on
hoping
here,
for
so-
something new, you know?
Kind of hoping for something good.
That's
Well-
why I added. That's why I added one. That's why I added Revenger on there. That's one more
Let's
new
not
one.
get
Don't
our
know
hopes
that
up,
it's good
guys.
though.
Which one?
I said, let's not get our hopes up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got.
You could press Control Enter. You don't even have to click on
Si, what do you want it to land on?
I could.
it. Bento.
I want it to land on
Why?
Yu Yu Hakusho again somehow.
Because Bento's great.
I don't know what
You're
this
lying.
is.
Oh
Who
my
added,
Isn't that a movie?
God, yeah.
who added this? Is it a movie?
Didn't you guys watch this? Please tell me you guys watched this and it's supposed to be off the list.
Man, we watched that, didn't we?
I think you guys
don't
did.
remember. Someone look it up.
It's oh my God. I
Oh
hate
Lord,
Ash
we did
so
not
much.
watch it.
Okay, but if
I
it's a
hate Ash so
movie,
much.
if it's a movie, I'll I
It's
don't know
not
who
a
recommended.
movie. It's a
No?
show.
Is it?
It sure is.
No.
Yeah. So
Caroline, April manga
I
series.
my brother
Oh, God.
recommended it to my wife because she liked Your Name so much. And so far I don't see the
Ah.
similarities after half an episode. But you know what? We're gonna give it a try. I wanted something new. This is on me. Guys, if we don't like it, we'll yell at Mark.
Bro, I hate this.
Well,
Then just pretend like you watched it. Si. What do you want from me?
I hate this so much. This is an ass show.
It does seem like an ass show.
it very much is an ass.
No,
show.
I'm pretty sure this is one of his favorites.
And it's on
Well,
Crunchyroll,
we'll
so
talk
it's
to him.
easy to watch.
If he wants to come on.
Ugh.
All right.
I
Oh,
hate
God.
you, Ash.
Does anyone
20,
have any
22 episodes.
have any closing statements?
Just for
The
curiosity,
wheels torture.
roll the wheel again. I just want to see. Roll it. I just want to see, just for curiosity's sake.
Don't do it. Nothing good can come of this.
No, I can't, but I'm gonna do it.
No,
anyway.
we're gonna watch your live. I just want to know what.
All right, let me bring up the wheel.
What could have been? Hope it lands on something worse.
I don't know why I'm looking like I can see those words.
Yeah, no,
It did land on something worse.
No, it didn't. Bleach is way better than this.
I don't know. I'm not a
Especially
big
if you
Bleach
watch the new Bleach, it's way better than this. But
Right, but
you're
this-
lying, April. We're just curious, and it wasn't something that anyone really wanted to watch. So no one
this
got hurt.
podcast isn't about what we want. It's about
I feel like it should be.
it's a damn good point.
I feel like we should watch Power Rangers.
We should watch Power Rangers.
I've been
I will.
watching Power Rangers Time Force actually,
Power Rangers is always good.
and I was watching Umbrella Academy this week. I love.
Yeah,
Umbrella
that doesn't seem to have anything to do with Power Rangers. Well, we'll take this Power Ranger talk to the Discord. That's a good idea, Sai.
Fucking, you're lying, April. God damn. I'm just like
Just do it. How hard can it be?
Oh, it'll hurt in my.
Is it worse than My Dress Up Darling?
I don't know. It
No,
could
I've
be.
never
My Dress
seen
Up
that.
Darling.
It's in
so I
the
don't have
same
anything-
thing.
I don't have any room to say anything.
You never watched it?
I liked My Dress Up Darling.
Oh, it was junk food.
I liked when the dude and his grandpa were making fun of the girl for having curves.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Like, she's not flat like a doll. It's hard to
I
make
didn't-
clothes for her.
I didn't like the girl, the grandpa and the son, grandson was cool.
I liked when he was playing the porn game and Grandpa watched it, and he's like, He's like, hey, Grandpa.
He's like, well, I'm just gonna go back and watch in the front.
All right, guys. I'm going to wrap things up unless anyone has anything to say.
Specifically about how
Anything
awesome
positive?
Big O was.
Big O is an anime.
Debatable, I guess.
All
Yeah, I
right,
was
I don't
about to
know,
say, Jeff.
because I guess that could open up the age-old question of, people say
If you
The
say
Last
ever,
Airbender is anime,
no,
even though it's not
that-
Japanese.
I don't.
I don't either, but some people do. But I mean, then I guess
It's inspired by anime. It's anime-like.
anime-esque.
That's true.
So I
That is
stopped
true.
clicking things.
That's my
I know
favorite
you don't like the show. We get it.
thing. No, I like to click things. I do it on the other one too.
That's true. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You grab that VHS tape, you rewind it to back where you found it, you slide it under that bed, you put a little bit of dust on it, and then you sneak back into your room, pretend like you were sleeping all night. You need to get your rest because you got to come back next week for our monthly trivia, hosted by someone we have yet to determine, but more than likely it's going to be one of the three people you see right now or here. And then tune in the week after that for our review of
Your Lion.
Your Lie in April. Yes, I knew that.
And it's a lie because it'll actually be in March.
Well,
That'll be the complaint we can start off with.
I don't want to hear your semantics, Sai.
Which April is a good month.
Everybody, all right, kids, go to bed.
Yeah.